sitting in my green room waiting to go live. I'm so tired. Can't believe my eyes. Gotta work on that flow though. Hey y'all. So I did a thing. A campaign for the Pink Boots Society Board of Directors. I held 7 town hall meetings on Zoom, and I think 4, now 5 public town halls on IG. Hello to those of you coming in now. I did a thing, and this thing will be published for posterity. It will go down in history as a thing that I did, that I'm proud of, and I hope that it will serve as an inspiration, as a form of assistance and encouragement, and a source of education for women across the globe, not just in beer, and not just in business, but in their careers, that all you need to do to achieve your goals is to put one foot in front of the other and make your idea happen. I'm speaking from a beer perspective and a mom perspective, where my son just threw an entire trash bag of papers onto the floor. Not just a beer perspective and not just a mom perspective, but as a woman perspective. Too many times women don't believe that they're capable, or that they know enough, or that they're ready. They believe that they need more, and so collectively we're doing twice as much for half as much in return. And I want women to know that you can right now. And I hope that this campaign and that these town halls have served as a source of assistance, a source of inspiration, a source of encouragement and education for women across the globe to know that they can too. Hello everyone who's coming in. One foot in front of the other. Yes, that is what it takes. Today specifically, I was asked the question 3 times. So what is the timeline for Island to Island and Grandview opening up? And I am putting one foot in front of the other every single day. Folks are welcome to come out and check out the ranch. Welcome to come out and see where we are in the process. But every single day I'm putting one foot in front of the other. I'm just sharing with you the behind the scenes part of it, the part that most businesses don't share until they're saying this is grand opening. And so you can do this too. We talked with women who are looking to make moves into the industry, and we talked about how they can make lateral moves rather than starting over. And in closing for this forum, I wanted to talk about one of the last things, but one of the most important things in all of this, in this 1 year diversification of craft beer, in this 1 year mission to see to the fruition of Beers Given goals. And that is the overarching most important aspect of all of this, and that is mental health. And I'm not talking about mental health in terms of things that we need doctors for, things that are physically off within the human body. I'm talking about maintaining our sanity in a time of crisis. I'm talking about maintaining our sanity as we begin to go through cognitive dissonance. And I'm talking about empathy for others and the stress and the toll that it can take on us as individuals, as we face news reports daily, as we face family reports daily of things happening to people around the world, and specifically in North America, in the USA. It is hard to take in all of that. And in the past, a lot of folks' way of dealing their mental health strategy was to check out. That was the strategy, to check out, to do something pleasurable, not realizing that in that process of doing something pleasurable, it was the exercise of privilege. A lot of us can't simply do something pleasurable when we're faced with bodies piling up on our doorstep. We can't do something pleasurable when every time we try to put one foot in front of the other, we're given, you know, the 90s talk to the hand. And so mental health is important because it can stress you out. It can get to the point where you're either going to break, you're going to run, or worse, someone can harm themselves. And this has not been talked about on my platform during this town hall time, and I'm going to talk about it now. Suicide is a major thing in the alcohol industry. We work very stressful hours, very stressful times, and we interact with a lot of people. And if we are not careful to pay attention to mental health within ourselves, within our staff, within our community, we can lose lives unnecessarily because of it. In the beginning, a lot of people were talking about COVID deaths, and I was talking about deaths from alcohol poisoning. And that is something that needs awareness, because that is something that we have the ability to control. So mental health is important. And I also want to talk about Pink Boots Society. And I'm hoping that current leadership and those who make it to the board, whether I make it or not, will look at these town halls when they're published later, and will really listen to the women and listen to learn about the system that's been created and where it's currently at. About the fact that you have to be cunning enough to game the system to get into the society, or the fact that you have to take on side jobs or bar jobs just to earn 25% when you're already trying to build up your career and you're stressing out and you can't participate at the end after you've tried to game the system just to get into the society. What is it all worth if you're gaming the system, stressing yourself out, trying to build, but in the end are too tired to build, too tired? You know, the last town hall that I did, I was making a meal for my children while cleaning up a mess, while stopping my kids from fighting each other, and at the same time building connections and networking and filling out paperwork on the side for the business. And we do so much, and this is something that a lot of women in Pink Boots talk about. We do so much, and there is no talk about mental health. There is no resources. There are no assistance. And part of that is because women who could help aren't included in the society. Women who could provide assistance, who could help us, they don't meet the threshold to get in for us to have conversation and communication. And so I'm hoping that in closing of these town halls, that is something that Pink Boots really considers and really begins to talk about. You know, it started in 2007. It's over 10 years old, and you know, much of what we see right now about Pink Boots is white women enjoying collaboration brew days. But there's so much more. There's so much more that we can do. There's so much more that's needed. And Pink Boots, y'all are too big. Okay, too big. It's a global society, too big not to be doing more and truly helping women in this industry. We see your Yakima Valley checks. We know what's coming in. We know what kind of money is being made. And there's more that can be done. And I know that women are working. I know that they're busy. I know that it's volunteer-based. But we've got a whole community of women who can use their time so that those who are tired and stressed out don't have to fracture themselves, don't have to risk their mental health, don't have to be burnt at the end of the day just to support women. There are people like me who are dedicated to just doing this work. My business is focused on B2B support, B2B services. And so I'm here for the professionals. I'm here for those who are working the 9-to-5s and just don't have time at the end of the day. All right, let's see what y'all been saying. Thank you so much for y'all tuning in. I really do appreciate you all. Remember, one foot in front of the other is how you get your goals achieved. Simply start by putting one foot in front of the other. That is the key. Get in the room. Walk into the room. Don't worry about what people think about when you walk into the room. Don't worry about what people think about when you go into a plant. Just get in there. And if they kick you out, don't spend your money with them. Okay? And if they support you, you know that is a business worth bigging up. Mental health. Yes, mental health. Speak, please. We got to talk about it. We have to, because we're losing people unnecessarily We don't want people harming themselves in our industry unnecessarily. Thank you for being here. You're very welcome. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here. I'm so grateful for my privilege to be here. This is truly a privilege for me to be able to do this work, to be able to do this campaign, to run this campaign, and to be able to host these town halls. I am so grateful that what I was hoping for back in 2010 when I started my digital business, what we were hoping for to come to fruition, that it has come to be. We envisioned a world at Damn Digital Studio where technology would help to reduce stressors in our lives. And the idea was, damn digital! and we would show you how to not have that stress when it came to your life and your goals and things that you need to get done. And look at this. We are around the world. We are a global community tuning in at a time that works for us to be a part of conversations, to be a part of making change happen. And it's all because of the power of technology, right? It can be damning and it can be a blessing. 2020 has provided 2020 vision. It has provided insight, and it's provided us a time to stop, think, look inward, and be better citizens. So thank you all for who are joining now. If you're just joining in, this is the final public town hall where I'm just doing a recap of the town hall and talking about mental health, talking about the overarching energy of Beers Giving, making sure that we take care of the emotional issues, the mental issues, the taboos that have kept our industry from being diversified. And I'll tell you this now, one of the things is a taboo, okay, in communities of color, all communities of color, that alcohol has hurt communities. That's a reality, right? We have a community of people out here who are celebrating their work in an alcohol industry and making a profit from it. And it is something to be celebrated by them in the daytime, in the daylight. And for others, it's something that we do in quiet, in private. It's something that we do in the dark. In my particular culture, baby, get your towel. In my particular culture, we have 3 days. 3 days where we bacchanal and we get on bad and we take to the streets and we drink and we dance and we celebrate life. And then we go into a period of fasting and repentance and apologizing for our flesh and apologizing for who we are. And I am standing up as an Arawak, as a Caribbean woman, as a West Indian, as a Central American. And I'm saying that we don't need to be ashamed anymore. And we can take our rightful place in the pantheon of beer. And we don't have to feel shame anymore. We don't have to be embarrassed anymore by who we are, by what we do. And we can also have balance. And I think that 2020 has provided us a true balance. You know, I'm working and I'm with my kids. You're working and you're with your kids. And if you need to stop to go do something and take care of them, you're able to, right? Whereas in the past, you'd be stressed out. Oh my God, my kids need something. I gotta go to work. How do I do this? I'm sick. I gotta go to work. How do I go to work and be sick? Like, all of that stuff was unnecessary. 2020 has proven to us that we can participate and still care for ourselves, right? If you're sick, you should not be working. You should not. The fact that in our industry, we have asked people to show up in bars, in restaurants while sick to work, you know, it's hard. It's really hard. And 2020 has proven to us that we can do things different. Not everyone has been privy to that. Not everyone has gotten that privilege. There are people who, you know, they're calling them frontline workers, who have not had access to that privilege. And for those of us who have, I think that we have a responsibility.
Why are you naked?
I'm recording.
Sorry. I just got too caught.
Responsibility.
Sorry, I just got too caught.
to recognize our privilege and to advocate for those who don't have. And I can tell you a lot of what I'm hearing from people, the problem is not a lack of wanting. The problem is, is not knowing what they don't know. Stop, Ivy, stop. The problem is not knowing what they don't know, and then dealing with the stress, dealing with the stressors that contribute to poor mental health. I think that is my cue to end my rant. There's no more town halls. My kids have declared, cut, that's a wrap, is over. All of these town halls are going to be up on YouTube. Private conversations have not been recorded for privacy and protection. Some of the private town halls will be edited to protect people. But these, Ivy, don't scream. You can like not scream. Like, you're 7. You really can. How about you go out there? Go. Take it and go out there so I can end this. Just go out there. Go. Yeah, go. Pathways to success. Yes, very good. One foot in front of the other. Give it to him. You have 1,000 books. You have 1,000 other books. You asked for a brother. You got a brother. We told you what it would be like. This is what it would be like. Okay. That's a wrap. In closing, these town halls will be published. Private conversations have not been recorded. So those of you who say, oh, you're not doing enough, they've been done in private. And the private Zoom conversations, some of it might be edited just to protect sensitive conversations, because we want to make sure that there's no retaliation. I've dealt with retaliation, and trust me, that does not help mental health. So the IG's live town halls that were public, they will be available in my IGTV panel. They will also be squares of them posted in my feed, and they will be available in totality on the Beers Given YouTube page. Just search Beers Given. You could probably search Beers Given Town Hall, and you can watch the replays if you missed any of them. If anybody has any questions about any of the town halls that any of the topics we discussed, please feel free to leave a comment question in the Beers Given YouTube on the video that you have a question about. If you have a question that was not brought up, that was not discussed, please email beersgiven@gmail.com. That's beersgiven@gmail.com, or slide into the DMs and ask away. I'm here to answer your questions. This is the work of Beers Given. If I get into the Pink Boots board, it will be the work that I work on there. That's redundant. I'm tired. And shout out to my Pink Boots North Texas chapter ladies. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are the best. Y'all are the truth. Y'all are the most diverse, welcoming, inclusive crew that I have come across yet. And if anyone has a crew that's more diverse and more welcoming than mine, then please big them up. But mine is #1. I'm thinking about renaming us from North Texas chapter to the North American chapter, because we're representative. All right, y'all. Peace out, Cub Scouts, and I will see you later on the flip side. I'm going to go find where my son changed his diaper at and clean that up. And then I'm going to check out. Voting ends today, so if you're a pink booter and you haven't voted yet, go vote, go vote, go vote, go vote. Please, my name is Danny Oliver. I request that you vote for me. You get 3 votes. I request that you vote for me, Danny Oliver. That's DANII. OLIVER. OLIVER.
Doodle.
No doo-doo. OLIVER. That's your name, Oliver.
Doodle.
Oliver. Go sit on the potty.
Huh?
Go sit on the potty. Peace out, Cub Scouts.